Hello everyone, welcome to this new TouchDesigner tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to go back to these parametric equations tutorials, and in this tutorial we're going to look to this new curve. This new curve is named the rose curve, and it's a beautiful curve because it looks like a rose, like a flower, and we can have interesting results with this one. So we're going to end with a network like this, and yep, and so we're going to start from scratch. I'm going to put this one aside, and here is where we can see the equation we need to achieve it, and we can see that is a polar equation that is a cosine of n by theta. So yeah, we're going to start from scratch. So I have here already divided my network, so I'm going to put a constant. Remember, in this constant we need to declare our samples. In this case we're going to start like 100, and our variables, that is a and n. Okay, so that's it for the variables. We're going to then add here a pattern. Okay, this pattern we're going to change like to ramp and export these length samples to chop. And we are going to convert here to math.py because we need a full cycle or circumference, and we're going to work with radians. From here we're going to add a math because we need to multiply this angle by n, so it will go here on multi add, yes, and here then we need to connect a function. We use cosine of those values and change angle units to radians. And finally we need to connect another math that will multiply this a. Is like something like a scale, so we're going to make again this, and that's it for the equation. Very simple, but remember, it's a polar equation, so we need to convert it to parametric. And remember, we did this component a few tutorials, past tutorials. If you don't know how to achieve this, I encourage you to check my other tutorials on parametric equations, so you can see how to make this component. So if I connect this out, then it will transform to our decided values, that is tx and ty, and from here we can change to chop to sub. Here we don't need tc and we don't have it, so we delete it, and yeah, that's our curve. So before we continue, I'm going to add a render network. So we place a geometry, a camera, a constant, okay, a render, okay, transform, and a null. This null we change to bg and make it visible. Also we need to display backdrops to off. I did it before because I was using this for the Spanish tutorial. So here on the render we change here to parent dot width and parent dot height. Change pixel format to 32-bit float, and we need to go up, so you can put 1280 by 1280 this guy, and also this look to BG, so we can see these things. We can change our camera to orthographic and maybe 2.5. So it's weird, that's because our n is 1, but if we put 2 and another value, it will start doing this kind of petals of flowers. So going back here to the rose curve, we can see that if our value of n is odd, the rose is n petal. So if it's 3, it will have 3. If it's 5, it will have 5. But if it's even, it will have the double number of petals. So you can see right here, we have 3, it has 3. We have 2, it has 4. And so on. So if you increase the values, it will be very weird. That's because the amount of samples we have. So we need to go up, maybe like 500. And now it looks smooth. Yeah, that's the basic thing. We can also use this as instancing, so we can add circle, and this circle we connect to transform and connect it right here. We divide this by 100, and this change the name to pose, so we can see that we are exporting maybe the color to something different, and we make active this instance page. Translate, we drag it, the pose, to the translate op, and select tx and ty, and now you can see that this thing is drawn here by instancing. So when we use instancing, we can start using like this abs time seconds to move the face. But we need to multiply by a very small value, so we can see that movement. Maybe 5. Okay. Here's the interesting thing. So going back here, it says that the curve is irrational, or the value of n is irrational, then we will have another outcomes. Very interesting also, because there are more petals and patterns in these things. So we need to convert the n value by two values, that is p divided by q. So we can do that, and we add here p, q, and we're going to look at this guy, 3 divided by 4. So the first thing is to replace here where we use the n for these values. So I'm going to put maybe just change it to p, and divided by q. Oops. So here you can start seeing these circles, but it's weird because it's not complete, like it's cropped. So one thing I saw is that while I was doing this by myself, is that I need, or we need, to have the amount of cycles needs to be the same that the value of q. So here we have only one cycle, or only one cycle, but if we multiply this by q, we will have the cycles we need, and then our shape will be fully drawn. If we change this to p, it will it will not show the good way, so needs to be by q. Okay, so now we can start playing with all of these things. 2 divided by 5, and it's very interesting. So what else we can do here? We can color them. So one thing to do this is to convert this chop to I use this conversion because we can have this texture with the amount of samples we need. So from here we use a ramp. This ramp we set the resolution only, and here we're going to treat it with float RGB. Now connect a null and change to color, and the same color. Okay, so now we can go to instance 2, drag it to color OP, and select RG and B. So you can see this discontinuity on the colors, and that is because here a ramp it makes a jump from 1 to 0. So what I like to do when I have this and I don't want this like cutting color, I move this to the middle. What we need to have here is that our first position and our last position of the ramp needs to be the same color, so we can shift also this ramp, and we will have always some continuity. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to color this for me. You can make your own color. Maybe something like that. Yeah. So if I here I do the apps time dot seconds like 0.1, maybe it's too slow. You can start seeing that it shifts the color, but the continuity is still there. Okay, maybe 0.25. Okay, then from here also we can add a noise, and oops, this noise needs to be output to noise, and okay, this is good. And then just only a null to change the scale. Also we can change the color and drag this guy to scale OP and select R in both of X and Y. So now we are scaling our samples. We can go to the offset to 1 and make this like 0.9 maybe. You can start playing with the period, the seed, anything you want. Okay, so maybe something like that. And remember, you can start playing like 7 divided by 4. You can start seeing these things. So we can also make some post-processing. So from here in the transform we can also put this to 1, the background color, and copy over the background color. So I'm going to use two image filters from the palette. One is the bloom and the second is the feedback. So we can connect this render to the feedback, and we can start seeing this like this feedback. I am going to make more movement. I think something like that can work good. From here I'm going to like 2.4, 2.2 maybe. Okay, and then we can connect the bloom. I like to go to the glow level to 0 and ramp level to 0, so we can just work with only bloom. Iterations to 3, and we go back with our threshold and put this. Okay, nice. So yeah, that's it. You can play with all of these things if you want. Also intensity. Okay, maybe this period. Okay, I like that. The last thing maybe we can do from here is to add a noise chop. Oops, noise chop. This noise chop we're going to channel to type tx and ty and change here to samples, and here we select op pattern 1 dot num samples -1. Okay, then here after this output we insert a math, and we connect this noise to the math, and combine chops we select add. So now you can start seeing this. This is a little bit messy, but yeah, we can go to the noise again and now add some noise to the shape. You can see it like from here. You can, it's better to visualize in this guy, so you can put it like here, but all this guy is following this thing. So you can also abstain seconds on the TC page, and you can start seeing this interesting like movement. Maybe 0.1, maybe not so, 1 divided by 5. Yeah, and that's it. You can check these tables from the rows curve, so you can see dividing what by what outputs what of these, which of these curves. I really like it, so I hope you like it too. Let's see, 7 divided by 2, and yeah, we have that curve. If you want to not have this noise, you can play with the amplitude or just bypass here on the math, and it will have this beautiful rose shape. So yeah, that's it. I hope you like it. This file will be available for my Patreon subscribers. I want to thank all of you for supporting me and for being patient with the things I upload. I try to do my best to give you tutorials, but sometimes times are very complicated. But anyways, thank you for your support. So this file will be available, and yeah, I hope you like this. Any comment, leave it on the comment section, or if you want to upload something from this tutorial, please tag me on my Instagram profile so I can share you in my feed. Yeah, that's it. Thank you all, and see you on the next tutorial. Goodbye.